If you take a living plant, seal it inside a glass jar, and never open it again, how long can it survive in there? Surprisingly, it could thrive for decades. The water inside evaporates, condenses on the glass, and rains back down. The plant trades oxygen and carbon dioxide with the trapped air, and as old leaves drop off, they decay to feed the soil. The jar operates under a strict rule. Absolutely zero physical matter gets in or out. The only thing that passes through that glass is sunlight to keep the engine running. Now imagine scaling that tabletop jar up to the size of an entire planet. That is exactly how Earth works. For a long time, scientists studied things like rock, but lately we've shifted to the Earth's systems approach and weather and understanding that every piece of our world shares the exact same planetary jar. To understand our world, we have to track how a set finite amount of stuff is infinitely recycled. A single particle might be a water droplet today, a gas cloud tomorrow, part of a leaf next week, and soil a year from now. We organize this giant terrarium into 4 main roommates. There's the geosphere, which is all the land and rock, the hydrosphere, representing all the water, the atmosphere for the air, constantly and the biosphere, sometimes over millions of years. Let's look at the geosphere taking action. Deep underground, pressure builds until a volcano erupts. Those emitted gases flood into the atmosphere, rock and gases bursting out the air, alter local weather patterns, and eventually help form heavy rain clouds. When that rain, our hydrosphere, falls back down on the hardened volcanic rock, it creates tiny cracks. This allows the biosphere, microscopic fungi and small plant roots, to take hold and slowly grind that hard rock down. After centuries of this grinding, washing, and growing, we get ordinary dirt. The soil beneath our feet is the result of all 4 spheres interacting over a long period of time. But this recycling process isn't always slow. It can also be fast and violent. It starts when intense sunlight heating up the surface of the hydrosphere, the open ocean. That rapid transfer of heat evaporates massive amounts of water, birthing a powerful, swirling storm that travels quickly through the atmosphere. Within days, that storm crashes into the geosphere, battering coastlines with heavy winds and surging tides. When the land is reshaped like this, the plants, animals, and people who live there are forced to find a new way to exist in a landscape that no longer looks the same. Whether a cycle takes 1,000,000 years to make a handful of dirt, or a single afternoon to flatten a coastline, the golden rule of the terrarium holds true. Matter is never destroyed. It just changes form and moves to the next roommate. It is easy to think of ourselves as outside observers watching these cycles happen, but humans are just a highly active part of the biosphere. We are locked inside the jar with everything else. For the last couple of centuries, our specific role has been digging deep into the solid geosphere to extract ancient stored energy in the form of coal and fossil fuels. By burning that solid rock and coal, we take matter that was safely stored away and rapidly pump it directly into the air as gas, shifting it straight into the atmosphere. One shift triggers the next. The thicker atmosphere traps more heat, which warms the hydrosphere, ultimately changing the conditions where the biosphere can survive. This is how a closed system works. It is physically impossible to pull a lever in one corner without forcing a reaction in all the others. Earth science gives us the operating manual for our shared terrarium, the rules we need to understand to keep our world thriving.